Good evening, you're welcome to GH1 Television, and this is News Tonight. My name is Patrick Stevenson.
And I am Kemini Amana. Over the next 60 minutes, here are our top stories.
Now, uncertainty hangs in the air over mysterious deaths at Kumasi Academy. Meanwhile, parents of students are seeking spiritual intervention. We'll bring you more on this in Inside.
Well, Health Minister says panic reaction from parents is a major challenge in unraveling the mystery behind the deaths.
Now, frustrated customers vow to connect to National Grid illegally due to the inability to purchase prepaid credits from the Electricity Company of Ghana.
Right now, if I move from here, I'm going home. I'm going to do legal connection. I'm going to.
Also to come this hour, anti-corruption campaigners express worry about how some institutions in Ghana have failed in dealing with the canker.
Well, and in business, Imani Africa reveals the Registrar General's online portal is fraught with challenges despite the Vice President's positive remarks of the paperless system. We'll bring you updates on these and other stories we have in the bulletin.
Well, you saw our top stories. Let's get into Insight now. Well, now thank you very much for your company once again. Let's get into our first subject for Insights. Call it a mystery of viral infections, but whatever it may be, 8 students have died at the Kumasi Academy this year alone. Now, several others have also been hospitalized. Sadly, the country is yet to know the exact cause of this strange disease that has plagued one of the famous second cycle institutions in the country.
Within a space of 9 months, 8 students from the Kumasi Academy have lost their lives under mysterious circumstances. Before the latest death, 5 have already died between March and June this year. 2 students, both males, died at different occasions. On Thursday, November 30, the 3rd student, also a male, died on Friday, December 1. Strangely, all victims experienced high temperature. Earlier reports of meningitis have been dispelled by Noguchi Memorial Center for Medical Research. The cause, still a mystery. Apprehension gripped parents and guardians as they invaded the school premises to evacuate their walls.
Why should they not talk to parents? Why? Have somebody said that they have murdered our student? Some problem have come. You are controlling the people. So it is upon you to seek our turn in solving the situation.
On Tuesday, December 6, Deputy Minister of Education in charge of secondary education, Dr. Yao Educhum, urged irate parents to halt the mass evacuation so their wards will be treated to avert a possible spread of this strange infection.
Students are going to go through 3 days of antibiotic drug administration. After that, the school will be closed down to enable the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health to do what they call environmental scan, go through the nooks and crannies of the school to make sure that we can unravel what has caused this tragedy.
In the heat of unraveling this mind-boggling mystery, parents and the old students have resorted to intercessory prayers. While the prayers were being said, a team from the World Health Organization, together with personnel of the Ghana Health Service, continued with the vaccination exercise of students. A teacher at the Kumasi Academy told GH1 News the situation has heightened tensions among the teaching staff as well.
I feel pity about all these things, so we are praying so Almighty God should raise up his hand upon all what has happened.
The big question remains, what has been killing the students of the Kumasi Academy?
Now, on the same story, the Health Minister, Kweku Agyeman has told Parliament the decision by parents to forcefully take away their wards from Kumasi Academy has become a serious health challenge for the country. Now, parents yesterday stormed the school ostensibly to whisk away their kids after 13 mysterious deaths were recorded. The minister appeared before Parliament to brief the House on developments at the school.
The Health Minister, Kweku Agyeman, warned parents to desist from taking their wards out of school. According to him, this could spell doom for the public, especially when the cause of the death is not yet known medically.
He also agreed that the school administration should not close the school, nor disperse the students in the midst of the outbreak for effective management of the situation. Parents willing to take their wards from the KNUST hospital were to be made to sign an undertaking and provide detailed addresses of where the students were being sent to enable follow-ups.
But Deputy Minority Spokesperson on Health, Dr. Robert Baba Kuganablem, said government must rather bear the blame for the action of the parents. In a contribution, the MP said the move is as a result of lack of confidence in the system.
If parents do not have confidence in the health ministry to be able to solve the matter, then they have to pick their wards. It is very sad, as he made the point, that parents were going into rooms searching for their wards and not knowing what exactly was within this environment.
Majority Leader Osaiche Mensah-Bonsu tasked the minister to reappear before the House in 2 weeks with a comprehensive brief. According to the Swami MP, critical questions lingering on the minds of Ghanaians regarding the cause of the 13 deaths were not answered in the address of the minister.
Mr. Speaker, we should be careful where we are treading. And that's why I'm saying that we should urge the minister to urge the authorities, the agents that are responsible for tracing and tracking the cause, to speed up efforts so we are able to determine, because this cannot go on indefinitely. And thus far, within this short time, as we are being told, about 11 students have lost their lives. It cannot be helpful.
Now, as the conversation continues in Parliament, we try to bring you up to speed on exactly what has happened in Kumasi Academy. This didn't start in September, neither started in November. Now, a chronicle of events. So, way back April 2017, a total of 26 cases of meningitis were reported at various hospitals from Kumasi Academy, and so you can understand why people immediately drew inferences with meningitis as far as the recent deaths are concerned. Now, 4 students were reportedly killed in that particular development. Now we fast forward to November. 5 students have now been confirmed dead. 42 were admitted and 27 of them have so far been discharged, and this was just about a week ago. Now, Tuesday, December 5, 2017, Parents stormed the school premises to demand answers. If you're a parent, ostensibly you're going to be worried that you've had this particular challenge. April, some lives were lost. Again in November, other lives were lost, and you didn't get any answers from the school. Definitely you're going to be worried. Now, some of them clashed with security personnel of the school who attempted to forcibly take their wards out. Now, government's intervention as far as this particular development is concerned, which started in November or December, if you like, a team from the World Health Organization together with personnel from the Ghana Health Service have been administering some antibiotics at the school. Test samples have been sent to the Noguchi Memorial Institute for further research so we can know exactly what is happening in the school. And meningitis so far has been ruled out, which leaves one wondering exactly what this particular outbreak now, which is taking lives, is really about. A big question we all have: what is causing the deaths at Kumasi Academy, and are we facing a public health crisis as a country? Kemini, this is what has been happening.
I have a lot to say about this. But before we talk about this, Patrick, let's go to Kumasi and find out how that antibiotic has been working so far with the students. It's supposed to take 3 days. Isaac Bidiako is with our sister station, Ultimate FM, in the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi. Now, Isaac, first, let's talk about happenings on campus. How have students reacted to this antibiotic or vaccination, whatever it is that have been given for this unnamed infection?
Well, Kamani, this morning I reported to the school campus around 7:30 a.m. and I can confirm that some parents came there with their school, with their daughters and sons, just to come and take the medicine that was brought into the school by the World Health Organization. And some parents also decided not to allow their wards to take it because they didn't know the kind of diseases that is killing the children. And once the Ghana Health Authority are saying that they don't actually know what is causing that, they don't understand why they will ask their children to take those kind of antibiotics. So some parents decided not to allow.
I guess what I'm driving at is, since the vaccinations began, we haven't recorded any more students being taken to the hospital.
Yes, that is the case. Since morning, we've not had any reports of any students collapsing in the school campus again. And those who have also taken the drugs brought to the school have not complained of any illness after taking those drugs. So that has been the case for now. The atmosphere is very calm there. Just that parents are asking a lot of questions about why they are comparing their children to take those kind of drugs, knowing very well that they didn't actually know what is causing that. And as I speak with you now, there's an emergency meeting going on at the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council between the Deputy Minister of Education, the Ashanti Regional Minister, pathologist Dr. Santele, who works with Confanachi Teaching Hospital, the Ashanti Regional Director of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Emmanuel Tenkrai, and the GES Director for the region. The meeting is still ongoing at the Regional Coordinating.
I see now. Isaac, tell us, what is the focus of this meeting? We know that prior to the vaccination exercise, there were similar meetings between those you have mentioned already, the regional minister and the health authorities in the Ashanti region. What is the focus of the second meeting?
In fact, I tried to push for answers, but they decided not to speak to me. Dr. Santene of Confanachi Teaching Hospital just confirmed that there's an emergency meeting going on. He stepped out from the meeting to even speak to me on the phone about an arrangement we had to speak to him tonight. But then he said until the meeting is over, he cannot reveal to us what actually what the matter is. So I can only confirm that the meeting is ongoing. But what is making the whole issue very scary is that the Deputy Minister of Education has directed that anybody who has come contact to any of the students in the school should also take part in the vaccination.
Very well. We'll leave it here for now. Keep an eye on that meeting for us. Isaac Bediako is with our sister station, Ultimate FM. Now, thankfully, while we cannot, sit here and independently connect the lack of fresh cases to this vaccination, we are thankful that there are no more cases of death or even infections in the school. But Patrick, the fact that some parents are adamant and continue to keep their children who have come into contact with, infected students, it's worrying, isn't it?
Well, Kemini, this is a very sad development, and for me, the chronicle of events that we have just seen show that this started sometime in April. We're not too sure now if they're the same incidents, because we're told now that meningitis has been ruled out. But if it was confirmed in April that those who died were as a result of meningitis, then the question we ask, what did we do as a country at the time, and what did the Ministry of Health know?
Absolutely.
But we have been joined, I understand, over the phones by the Deputy Minority Spokesperson on Health, and the person of Dr. Robert Baba Kugwap, if I got the name right. Thank you very much for joining us, and good evening.
Thank you, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Right, so a lot has been happening in the last couple of days regarding the developments at the Kumasi Academy. And from the reports we have gathered so far, the outbreak must have started sometime in April 2017. Is this something that the Committee on Health in Parliament knew about, the outbreak in April?
Yes, we heard about it. We heard about it in April, but generally, those responsible to really know what had caused the situation never did anything much, and nothing happened. Everybody went to sleep, and the ministry responsible, that is the Ministry of our Health, never took any action, and now we are faced with this catastrophic event.
Yeah, but
people dying.
Somebody would argue that Parliament is supposed to play a certain oversight role on what the executive does. And so if the ministry did nothing about it, and as a select committee on health, did that committee do anything? Because this would be a report that would have been filed before them, and recommendations, for example, would have been made. Are you able to share any insights on that particular development?
As I've told you, what we heard were newspaper reports. We did not have a clear report on the situation. So unless we get a clear report with facts about the situation, nothing could have been done. And we should have been alerted, even by the ministry itself, that this is the emergency situation coming from the school in Kumasi.
And so the Ministry of Health, even as at April, did not notify formally, in any formal way, Parliament on this particular development. That's the understanding we're getting.
At all. And I don't even think that the minister himself knew what was happening, because he did not act. And you are aware that today he came to Parliament, and I recall he had to make a phone call to find out what had happened in April.
Well, and so now we understand that the officers involved, at the original level, that is on health and education, are trying to have some sort of a crisis meeting to find out what exactly is happening in the school. What are your thoughts on this? Is that a way that can help us provide some medium-term relief for the parents whose children are at Kumasi Academy?
The time to have called an emergency meeting is over. We've lost lives. We've lost young lives. This is not a period to call an emergency meeting. That should have been triggered long time ago. And you see, it tells us about our readiness, our emergency readiness. It's clearly there was no leadership. The ministry cannot and could not lead the process to trigger an emergency situation to get people in. As we speak, the Minister for Health and his colleagues should not be reporting from Accra. They should be reporting from the side. They should feed us every 30 minutes what is happening, what actions they are taking to remedy the situation. Nothing. Assuming that the Parliament did not call the minister, how would the general public have known the situation? How would families, parents have known what is happening there and take measures appropriately? And because of the lack of preparation, you can hear conflicting information coming from the situation. From Kumasi, pick children, don't pick children, bring them back, don't bring them back. All this is because there is leadership failure. And the health leadership has completely collapsed. Nobody is doing things in a coordinated manner. And we have to fight situations of emergency with coordination. We have to coordinate efforts, know who is to do what.
Dr. Baba, now my final question to you as we take leave of you. So you knew of this from newspaper reports or media reports sometime in April. The Ministry of Health did not formally communicate any sort of strategy or even give an update on the development in April. What did Parliament, as an institution that is supposed to protect the health and safety of the people of this country, what did Parliament do? Did Parliament, for example, sanction the minister on this particular development? Since you heard of it from newspaper reports?
Yeah, we heard it. And as I'm telling you, you cannot just hear something and start acting because you don't know to what extent the situation is. I have asked the Minister for Health 2 weeks now. I asked the question, an urgent question, trying to say that there is an emergent situation of meningitis. 2 weeks now, he hasn't come to Parliament to answer. And I was asking the question to find out the preparedness of the ministry in case there is meningitis outbreak. The minister has not come to answer the question.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Robert Baba Kuganaba Leb, who was giving us some reactions to the developments we have currently at Kumasi Academy, where students appear to be losing their lives in an outbreak that health officials and the government is now trying to figure out exactly what has been happening there. On this note, we take a breather. We'll be right back with more news.
NASCO here, NASCO there, NASCO everywhere. Oh, my Christmas gonna be fun with NASCO every day. Yay! Dashing through the store for my NASCO holiday. So many things to choose. Yeah, Titi Swama, yay!
Don't miss out on the best NASCO deals this Christmas. Yeah, Titiso, big discounts. Buy a NASCO gas cooker for just 499 Ghana cedis. NASCO double door fridge for 899 Ghana cedis. 32-inch NASCO TV for 775 Ghana cedis. NASCO 55-inch satellite TV with DSTV Zappa for 2,399 Ghana cedis. And so much more. Yeah, Titiso kwata kwata. Be a part of the NASCO Yeah Titiso promotion. For all these discounted items and more at all NASCO showrooms and authorized retailers, or call 0503 400 300 for more info. This offer is while stocks last. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Sasso, sasso, e se come tonton preco. Sasso, sasso, e se come tonton preco. Edana twamenya buseshe. Yeah, how can see are malaria? Minya me phone me sasso spray. Every mosquito started run away. Tonton preco, sasso sasso, mi se come tonton preco. Como tonton preco, sasso.
kum tonton preko na ni sham ne de edam stronko.
8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, close to 2,000 hours a year. That's what you invest in your business as you strive for the life you dream of. You're putting in the work. Make sure you get what you deserve. Get retrenchment insurance, get an overdraft, get a Visa credit card, get Barclays Prestige Banking. You've earned it.
Welcome back to News Tonight. We're live on GH1 Television, DSTV Channel 361, GoTV 179. In other stories, frustrated customers of the Electricity Company of Ghana have threatened to embark on a demonstration if the company does not provide them with power. Now, many of the customers of this power distributor have been sleeping in darkness for days as a result of network challenges with prepaid meters. Now, the aggrieved customers stormed the offices of the company to demand answers earlier today.
This was the situation at the Electricity Company of Ghana's project complex in Circle, Accra. Their premises was filled with frustrated customers who vowed not to leave until their concerns are addressed. There was a loud uproar from customers when officials attempted to address the teeming crowd to calm their nerves. Police personnel were brought in to calm the irritated clients. For some who spoke to the news team, their cars could not be identified by the ECG officials, and others suspected a foul play.
Besides, if I say, I didn't know Munim say 40 say, but I want now my auntie. And I say, if it's time upon Munim so better to envelope my I don't know my son, I have him family. As a normal baby to envelope my now, what do you can so card the shame? Now, Baba, not a card, no, I la. Why now, what be son? I'm baby, no more, no catchy and some tea card. Who ban a card night or more better when you have joy beside say, who do card in wine?
Right now, if I move from here, I'm going home. I'm going to do legal connection. I'm going to do legal connection. He said you to come to my place. I said I tell someone, B1/24. That's my house number. They should come there. I didn't know you are here. You better hand up. Director Mugadia, Secretary Mugadia, Deputy Director Mugadia. What you know, boy? I feel you need to take a woman over. Who was supposed to also to
Some are determined to stage a demonstration if the need be.
My suggestion is we just raise a demonstration and we just connect the light directly so that we all use it, because we can't just be sleeping in the dark.
At the ECG branch at Abena, the situation was the same. Customers shared their frustrations with the news team as well.
And I've been sleeping in a hotel since Sunday. It has been costing me 1.2 a night. 1.2 for every day. So since Sunday to with this Wednesday, just calculate it. Almost 5 point something, including all the costs and stuffs, and then going and coming too. So I've lost almost like 700 cedis.
In Latin America, what we them just can made. And to be put no work for another no Casacasa, I'm a Mendy Latin, and I'm from work at my when you be. And my family can was and a paper budget aqua when you be not the membrana maybe.
Christmas is just some few weeks away, and customers are worried that the situation might not be resolved anytime soon.
Well, this is a rather sad development, but we have been making attempts to reach the PR person for Electricity Company of Ghana to give us some responses to this development, but we understand we are unable to establish contact with him because he's on leave. One would wonder in crisis situations like this, you would expect public officials to be around. But we can equally understand and appreciate the circumstances. Customer care is extremely important in the provision of public goods and services like this, and so it's quite worrying if customers have to chase the Electricity Company of Ghana to get access. But we know there are a few of them who equally do well. There's one gentleman by name Jamal, somewhere in the Dodowa district office, and he's very engaging. I know he does very well with his job, and so we hope that the rest of the other officers will learn from him. But we move on to other stories this evening. Judgment in the nearly 4-year-old financial misappropriation trial, known popularly as the Jida trial, has been set for the 23rd of February 2018. The presiding judge at the Court of Financial and Tax Court 2, Justice Efia Sewa Asariboche, proposed the date after a 4-hour court sitting to ensure that state attorneys completed their cross-examination of the second accused person, Mr. Abugapele.
3 state attorneys, led by Chief State Attorney Yvonne Kelson, subjected the second accused person to a host of questions aimed at getting the accused person to admit that there was no work done by Philip Asibit and his Goodwill International Ghana Limited, and that no due diligence was conducted by the then NYEP Secretariat before payments were made. The first accused person, Philip Asibit, opened his defense after calling 4 defense witnesses. After his cross-examination was completed by state prosecutors, the second accused person called only 1 defense witness, after which he was led by his lawyer to give his examination in chief. Today in court, state prosecutors brought their cross-examination of the second accused to an end, paving way for the court to give specific timelines within which it will bring the entire trial to an end. To that end, the court ordered the lawyers representing both sides to file their addresses by the 26th of January 2018. The parties will then return to court nearly a month later on the 23rd of February for the judgment of the court.
Now, a number of people who took part in the CDD organized public sensitization forum were stunned after discovering how corruption has milked the state's coffers. The circumstances purported to have led to the annihilation of the central medical stores was also staged. Let's have a look.
The 350 bags filled with dummy 50 Ghana cedis notes was an act by the Center for Democratic Development together with the Coalition of Anti-Corruption Civil Society Organization to create an impression in the minds of the entire community on the extent of the debilitating effect on corruption on the country. Among the dignitaries called to aid in the action plan was former chairperson of the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Justice Francis Emil Short. A shocked Justice Short wants the issue of corruption be dealt with.
There is too much talk and very little action. So we really need to make sure that those who have the responsibility of investigating and prosecuting acts of corruption, sit up and save the nation from the millions and dollars of cedis that we are losing.
The Dean of School of Information and Communication Studies at the University of Ghana, Legon, Professor Audrey Gajekpo, rather expressed worry about how some institutions have failed in dealing with the situation.
I am confounded. I don't understand, like many Ghanaians, why it is that when we have such huge incidents of corruption, we are promised that something will be done, and then it's as though they are hoping that then we will forget and then life continues as normal. If we continue not to have sanctions, clear sanctions for corruption, there would be no disincentive against corruption.
Speaking to GH1 News, Senior Research Fellow, Center for Democratic Development, Dr. Kojo Asante, noted that the impressionistic demonstration was to lend the public the opportunity to appreciate the subject of corruption, to join in to fight against it.
What does 100 million look like when you begin to pack it up? So we decided to use the Central Medical Stores case, which was 350 million. Let every check bag, every bag will be 1 million, and we have 350 of them, so that people can see how much money got bent, how much money we lost from that criminal act that people committed.
Some stakeholders and students who caught up with the lenses of the news team shared their concerns.
for an incident that, according to the investigations report, 350 million worth of drugs has been lost. It shouldn't take 3 years for people who were perpetrators of this act to be brought to book.
There's always this notion that I'm supposed to pay something before I'm given the position. So those at the top will always want you to pay something before you are giving what you are supposed to be giving. Yeah, so for me, I don't think it's something they are tackling well in Ghana.
Corruption Watch Ghana, the coalition of anti-corruption civil society organization, includes Ghana Integrity Initiative, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, and the African Center for International Law and Accountability. The pop-up event, which is the first anti-corruption program, is staged to create awareness about the project, educate the public on the negative effects of corruption and the role citizens can play in the anti-corruption fight.
Well, business is up next with Kweku Temeng.
Thank you very much. It's been a while. I saw the
Kweku,
two of
how
you.
was Dubai? Please, don't try and hide it.
I tried to conceal that. I tried to conceal it. You just had to go there.
Oh, yeah. I also realized that you were doing that, so I had to bring it up.
Okay,
Kweku, please. Today we want to hear business from Dubai. If you don't have it, kindly exit the studio. We will read the stories ourselves.
Well, Kemeni, it was supposed to be a relaxing moment for me, but care to know, I've been trying to find out how the economy grew so well, and from an ordinary person, he just told me, when you go back, talk to your leaders to set good policies. Good policies has made Dubai what it is today, and I'm sure if our leaders are listening, good policies that they give us will make us end up like that wonderful country. When we come back, I'll talk about how registration of businesses was supposed to be easy with the coming in of the e-portal system, but maybe when you don't have a TIN number, it becomes all cumbersome and you can do it online. We'll talk about this and many other interesting details, but don't forget, Dusk Capital is supporting us. We want to say thank you to them.
Business Brief is brought to you by Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you. We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life, and we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Bronya, Freddy's Corner, Yasa babyum, Bronya, obvious Freddy's Corner, Edientia, yeah, Chenyoma, I mean free instant gift. Nyawian, so where Freddy's Corner shop, Bia Wagana Abia. What shall do of Freddy's Corner Bronya where? Ubenya Chedi to say, wine, mackerel, biscuits, and your man would rob a break.
Wow, Freddy's Corner, thank you. Freddy's Corner, me that say.
Nyawian, so where Freddy's Corner shop, Bia Wagana have baby. Not do mobile phone, with laptop, or printer, and also PlayStation. Not do instant gift. Wow, to Mikako Freddy's Corner. Not what you watch it. Freddy's Corner, your home of authentic mobile phone and accessory.
Head office, Kokomlimli, any city light, need DNM. Fre 020-7937.
All right, so let's do business now. And here, the founding president and CEO of Imani Center for Policy and Education, Franklin Kujo, has lashed out at the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for hailing the registration online portal by the Registrar General's Department. We're speaking to GH1 Business after an Imani forum on the ease of doing business. Franklin Kujo said a careful study of the electronic portal by Imani project officers have revealed the system is fraught with challenges, forcing many to resort to the manual process of registering businesses. Isidore Patufe is a project officer from Imani who conducted the intensive research on why Ghana continues to drop on the World Bank's ease of doing business rankings. He concluded Ghana is spending heavily on a software that is not working.
Ghana has not been doing what is right to maintain it as the gateway, whilst other countries, invested so much into innovations. Ghana was at a standstill. So even though Ghana did nothing wrong at a point in time, it was overtaken by other countries within the sub-regions.
Founding president and CEO of Imani, Franklin Kujo, said it was not enough for the vice president to be touting the government's achievements on the new policies being rolled out without paying attention to the concerns of the end users.
Just a common online platform, the Ghana e-portal payment system is dead. It's not working. We saw it. The Registrar General's Department's online applications don't actually help you to register a business, because you start the process, it takes you to another portal to go and get the TIN number, and the processes of generating TIN numbers themselves are offline. I think the government's main trust, really, if you're talking about moving beyond it, and on what basis did we invite Dr. Baumia to go to these offices to tell us that things are working normally, when clearly it's not working? And these are the basics that people look out for when they are ranking countries on the ease of doing business and the competitiveness of a country.
The automated business processes at the Registrar General's Department was expected to reduce the human interface and turnaround time associated with the registration of businesses. But this, Imani says, is not working as expected. Well, if you're the Ghana Revenue Authority, then you must be acting fast because they would come after you. Well, some details emerging. The Ghana Revenue Authority served management of Allied Fuel Station a garnishee order to pay them any outstanding monies due Ace Facade, a construction company which owes the GRA to the tune of 5 million Ghana cedis. Well, the construction company which accrued its debts within the last 3 years had fled the site upon the arrival of the tax officers.
The first place of call was Kaiko Printing Press Limited, a printing house located at Adabraka. The facility was locked up. Officials of the GRA suspected workers at the printing press might have had a tip-off ahead of the arrival of the tax officers. The next place of call was the Allied Filling Station, located on the Jolu Road. Though the Allied Fuel Station was not directly involved in tax evasion, it is believed that a construction company who services the management of the filling station had employed for a project had evaded tax on materials being used for the construction work. The areas of default included company income tax, VAT withholding tax, rent and also penalty, which amounts to over 5 million cedis over a period of 3 years. Upon reaching the construction site, officials were informed the contractor had abandoned the project for some time now and absconded.
The project belongs to Allied Oil, so we have served a garnishee order on Allied Oil that any monies which are due to be paid to Ace Facade on the project, any outstanding money, should be directed to Ghana Revenue Authority. There are sections in the law, that's a Revenue Administration Act, Section 60 and 61. If you owe the government any monies, we have the right to authorize those who owe you to pay, redirect the payment to Ghana Revenue Authority.
When questioned on why they had to wait for the debt of the construction company to accrue to over 5 million cedis, this is what Yao Boabing had to say.
The period of the tax audit, it was an audit conducted which is from 2014 to 2016. Now, when it was conducted, the taxpayer objected that I disagree with this. Usually the amount was bigger. I disagree with this. You bring your tax auditors or your accountant, and whatever they also have to disagree with, we sit down, agree to disagree. So we reach a final figure which you agree to, which is undisputable. That is how come it seems it has lingered.
All right, so where is the construction company? If we're not finding them, then probably Allied would have to cough out the amount. That will do for business tonight, but we're not done with the bulletin because of more stories. And here, Patrick Stevenson and Kemini Amano will continue with the rest. Over to you guys.
Well, thank you very much, Quick.
Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Well, we continue with our stories we have in the bulletin. Now, a gas tanker Wednesday morning crashed on the Accra-Tema motorway stretch with gas leaking onto the streets, causing fear and panic among drivers and road users. However, the quick response of the Ghana National Fire Service managed to prevent any possible disaster that could have happened after the tanker overturned. GH1 News' Ridwan Karim Osman reports the situation caused chaos, resulting in a severe traffic jam on the Accra-Tema stretch of the motorway. There's more in the report.
Okay, so at about 9:30 today, we received a distress call that there has been an accident on the Tema motorway involving a gas tanker. And so we have just arrived here at the Tema motorway, and I can say that there is a huge vehicular traffic as a result of the accident that has happened here. And so right on this side of the stretch, you see that the cars are closely packed. There are a number of them on this very particular stretch. You have, some police personnel that have been stationed here to actually check the traffic situation as a result of that very particular accident. And so the situation is a bit chaotic, but at the same time, we have personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service who have a tender already here trying to actually check the situation. We also have a towing vehicle trying to get the tanker off the road. We know the issue about gas tankers and the fact that the country has seen quite a number of cases involving gas explosions and stuff like that. So you can imagine how people receive this very particular news. So that is the situation here at the Tema motorway, where you have the gas tanker, the towing vehicle trying to get it off the ditch, and also the Ghana National Fire Service personnel stationed their truck there so that in case of any eventuality, they would be able to deal with the situation. But what really caused this very particular accident, will be engaging some eyewitnesses to find out.
I say, private car, no, I say, on far gas car, and gas car no so person or sell private car and no question rain.
But yes, Anna Musro.
Me pa yes, I know 20 I want Johnny cry ye ko krom cramp.
I didn't hear.
Sa gas dey see what atomic ninti my yem share panty near Johnny.
Enough we were called around 0829. Then we got here 0849. Yes.
So what would have been the worst case scenario if you hadn't arrived here on time?
If we hadn't arrived here and a gas leakage, any nickel light, the exhaust, the vehicle that are passing, any nickel light from the exhaust pipe could have ignited a fire. There could have been a fire, and if there's a fire, it means that definitely there will be an explosion, and that will be a serious problem for us.
Okay. And I know the gas particles are air soluble. Is it safe for the drivers to be using the road?
Oh, like I said, since we managed to foam the place, we stopped the leakage, and there was no leakage. It means that there is no gas in the atmosphere.
The accident has attracted a lot of the people who live around this area. So you see them right on the street trying to catch a glimpse of what is happening. And because of the situations that we've had in this country with gas tankers, they are actually here to look at what will happen. But as you can also see, now they have succeeded in towing the gas tanker away, which obviously means that the traffic situation has eased and now the vehicles can flow, and so the towing vehicle has just moved the tanker off the road, and very soon I'm sure the Ghana National Fire Service will also move their truck. So that has been the situation here at the Tema motorway regarding the accident situation on this very particular stretch. My name is Ridwan Karim Dini Osman, reporting for GH1 News.
Also, the area was cleared and it opened to traffic, although on one side of the, the Tema motorway, but it was cleared and it slows down traffic,
Well, it does,
like
but
that.
at the end of the day, no lives were lost, no explosions.
Great.
And the response of the fire service ahead is something that's quite commendable.
Yeah.
So we'll keep at it. Little things that save lives are the things we should focus our efforts on. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back with more news.
Kakai 777 Peters.
Me pensa papa bia no manu bina shemu Ghana ne China no bina kwani e dia shemu Chiche bina obeye fine drink and make you no waste time Nyampa Kakai Peters yeah come it's good for your party so Kakai Peters for your engagement so Kakai Peters good for your funeral so it's good for your wedding so your wedding so it's good for your party so for your engagement so good for your funeral so
Nyansem and Tom Manipa when Yantia do what and Sessa Apim for num. Our drinking sport BM Kakai 777 Peters and Kasa Jame, therefore, ma Yahoo brings you. Na feyemu so mo kwan.
Said the therefore say no. What are ma? Manento nana say. Insu asem de mo ha na okra ye ba no. Ye de insu ba. Ah! Adai.
Se waba efie. Ah, what say yen ma mo nsuo num no. Wo so di nsuo ba. Ene sai.
Nana eti amra.
Therefore, yesre wo. Nsuo we eye ahemfo nsuo a ye de afa mfidie mu. Asone so aye ne kroji. A Free Kingdom Beverages Limited. King's Drinking Water.
Baima. Nsuo na de.
Edampa.
King's Drinking Water. Ene na King's Drinking Water.
Ahifusio de.
Ghana needs your taxes. Do you pay your taxes? We drive on deplorable roads. Our children attend poorly resourced schools and we visit hospitals in bad state. Let's pay our taxes no matter how small our income. Every little tax helps. We always ask, what does the government do with our taxes? Government depends on these taxes to bring development to us and to build our nation. So I ask, do you pay your taxes? I'm asking you, do you pay your taxes? It's your civic duty. It's the law. Our taxes, our future. This advert is brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, National Commission for Civic Education with support from UK Aid and GIZ.
Welcome back to News Tonight. Let's see some headlines from outside of Ghana now. Now, Palestinians have described an announcement by President Trump that the U.S. will recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital as a kiss of death for the Middle East peace process. Trump is expected to confirm the decision later in a speech and start the process of moving the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. The decision, which is in fulfillment of a campaign promise, risks a heated reaction from U.S. allies in the Muslim world, protests and unrest. East Jerusalem was annexed from Jordan after the 1967 war in the Middle East and is not recognized by other countries as part of Israel.
Now we go over to Uganda, where Uganda's military says it has begun the withdrawal of 281 troops serving in the African Union peacekeeping mission in Somalia. Now, this is part of a UN plan that will see the African Union soldiers' numbers reduced by 1,000 by the end of this year. At the moment, there are about 20,000 soldiers serving in the AU mission AMISOM. Uganda, which first sent troops to the country in 2007, is the biggest contributor with more than 6,000 soldiers in the force. Kenya, Burundi, Djibouti, and Ethiopia are also expected to reduce their numbers by 31st December. Pulling out 1,000 soldiers will not be immediately significant, but it shows the international backers of AMISOM want to see a handover of security back to Somalia soldiers and the police.
Hey, yo, but why you deflex me? Why you think say I be 20? My phone always they ring, cause the girls I get plenty. Flex. Hey, yo, but why you deflex me?
You deflex, so.
Everybody they blow me fans, like I be some new big star. Social media guru, I dey keep up with the trends. Fast internet, I dey connect with my friends. Charlie, I for flex you. Quality movie on my screen straight from YouTube.
Hey, mama, who flex you?
I get money from my phone to make a sort you. We dey chill for Facebook like Ice Cube. With Airtel Flex, enjoy more of what you like. Watch movies, stream videos and songs, get free social media all day long, and exciting money backs. Whatever your style is, we have a package for you. Dial *125# to choose your flex. Now, you dey flex.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back to News Tonight. Let's take you into the world of entertainment now. Today we're talking about pop queen Beyonce. She was on hand last night to hand U.S. Black Rights protester Muhammad Ali's Legacy Award. The former San Francisco 49ers quarterback first took a knee during the ritual playing of the pre-football national anthem in a move of civil obedience against the treatment of black people in America. It led to many other players following suit and were subsequently criticized by their own president, Donald Trump. Collins's actions have left him without a club, and he filed a grievance against NFL team owners, accusing them of conspiring not to hire him because of his protests.
Was proudly brought to you by Airtel.
Hey, yo, but why you deflex me? Why you think say I be 20? My phone always they ring, cause the girls I get plenty. Flex. Hey, yo, but why you deflex me?
You deflex, so.
Everybody they blow me fans, like I be some new big star. Social media guru, I dey keep up with the trends. Fast internet, I dey connect with my friends. Charlie, I for flex you. Quality movie on my screen straight from YouTube.
Hey, mama, who flex you?
I get money from my phone to make a sort you. We dey chill for Facebook like Ice Cube. With Airtel Flex, enjoy more of what you like. Watch movies, stream videos and songs, get free social media all day long, and exciting money backs. Whatever your style is, we have a package for you. Dial *125# to choose your flex. Now, you dey flex.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Well, we brought today's edition of News Tonight to a close. My name is Kemini Amano.
And I am Patrick Stevenson. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.
I will see you same time tomorrow.
Shameless Love is proudly brought to you by
Angel Jumbo Mosquito Coil. Huda na wada.
Indomie Instant Noodles, Gino, My Dear Rice, Amalina Children's Haven, Uber Spaghetti, and Fritol.